what does the term Black Boy Joy mean to you?
Well, for me, you know, I kind of just learned about the term, but the way it sounds is just about expressing yourself, not being afraid to show emotion, you know, not holding that masculine frame all the time, just expressing yourself pretty much. That's what I got from it.
And then for me, it means take pride in even the little achievements and victories from like a Black male perspective. So keep everything like positive.
Okay. So do you feel like you can be completely open and express your feelings without feeling like less of a man?
Yeah, I think I can, but I feel like I wouldn't let everything show. You know, like I show a little bit, but it's gonna get to a certain point where it's like, all right, you a man up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why we having this conversation, but that's where I'm at with it.
So, okay. Feel like it's like a middleman?
Yeah, like I show a little bit emotion,
okay,
but not all of it.
Right, understandable.
Yeah, for me, same way with him. My thing is, I just personally have a bad time expressing emotion, regardless. So I'm not scared to do it, but it's just for me. If I do express my emotions, like people will still feel like that's not enough. Like just do more type stuff.
Yeah, and to pick back up, I show emotions. I just show certain emotions. Like I might show excitement if I'm watching a game or something, or like if something good happened. I guess I show the positive emotions, but not the negative ones. So if I'm hurting or something like that, you probably wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay. Okay. So when was the last time you cried and why?
Slime.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I cry a lot, but it ain't on no like sad stuff. It's like tears of joy stuff. Like I cry a lot when I'm watching movies. Like I guess it's like a plug for Kevin, but Kevin Hart just had a movie. It's called The Upside, and it's just like when I see somebody who started with nothing and then get to a point where they have what they need, or it's like I see somebody struggling and then it make me put life in perspective, and I realize like I'm blessed regardless of everything else that's going on. That type of stuff, it get me emotional, man, because it's like you look at life differently.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. For me, honestly, I haven't cried since high school, junior year, when my grandmother passed away. And that's like, was that 6 years now? 2012.
So do you only cry on like a major event?
So that was what I was thinking, right? But then just last September, my aunt passed away, and I ain't even shed a tear for that funeral. So it's been a minute. It's been a smooth minute.
Wow.
Because like for me, like I really don't cry at funerals and all that. Like when it's like terrible events that happen, like I don't cry. That don't make me cry. But I don't know.
But you'll still cry at like the stuff on TV.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm amazed.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm not sad. I don't know.
Because you did say you cried tears of joy for the most part, so you don't feel the need to cry when you're hurting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it's okay for men to cry or be sensitive and show emotion?
Yeah, I do. I've never been the type to like judge off of it. It's just for the fact that it's hard for me to do it, or like I'm still learning how to do it. It's different for me. Like it ain't. I don't have nothing against it. It's just with me doing it, it's something like a struggle.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think you should show emotion. But now I'm sitting here thinking, I'm glad we're having this conversation, because I feel like I don't show emotion when something sad is happening, because I don't want to focus on the negative. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get through it, and my mindset kind of set on crying not gonna solve it, you know. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's kind of.
So do you feel like it was something that you was taught though? Like crying isn't gonna solve things. Like maybe when you was a kid, maybe something happened or whatever, you cried. Like let's say you fell off your bike and you cried, and everybody was just like, "You don't cry about this. It's not even that serious for you to cry about." Or do you think that's just how you really like?
Nah, yeah, I think most of it probably was taught to me because yeah, my father, he would be one like, you know, man up, what you crying for, get up, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of just adapted to that, and it's just like, all right, that's how it is. Stop crying, man up.
So do you feel like, okay, and out of your perspective, do you feel like it's only certain things that it's okay for a man to cry about? Like, let's say your homeboy call you and he tell you that he crying because his girlfriend left him. Y'all gonna tell your homie?
Nah, I don't put like a restriction on what you should cry over, because I do like that is a reason people do be crying off that. Men do be crying off like that girl left you and stuff.
For real?
Yeah. Men do be crying off.
You look like you about to differ over there.
So I don't have a restriction for like what you get emotional over.
Yeah, if my man called me crying over a female, I talk to him and try to get through it or whatever. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't cry over a female leaving out of sadness. But I have cried before, but it wasn't because I was sad. It's because I was mad, and I was mad because how she was carrying it. Like she was going around making it seem like I was like the devil. I'm like, oh, and it's like I couldn't do nothing about it. So yeah, but I was in class, my nose started bleeding and all that.
Dang.
But, no, boy, I was mad. But,
dang.
You know what I'm saying?
So not even like a hint bit of sad, like not even like a piece of sad.
Nah, I was furious.
Oh my God. Okay, so how do you express your black boy joy?
How I express it is just off letting like my black male friends, or just like my father and then like my uncles and like other father figures, just showing them appreciation, showing them how much I like appreciate them being in my life and how much I care about them and this and that. Like, yeah,
I think that's the best way. Just spread love, let them know you appreciate them, give them their roses while they can smell them, you know.
Okay, so what about like with your accomplishments? How do you feel like you show your black boy joy through your accomplishments?
For me, I really don't. I like to stay low key with a lot of things. I honestly, I mean, I hope I'm answering it the right way, but like, I would take the harder way, like 8 times out of 10. You know, just because I guess just growing up having that masculine frame, you don't want to ask for help as much. Not saying I don't ask for help, but more than likely, if it's something I could do on my own, I do it on my own, even if asking would make it a lot easier.
Yeah, same with that. And then I guess like for me, the recognition, if I have an accomplishment, if I have an achievement, I always like would still just like showing appreciation to who like helped contributed to it. Okay.
So do you think that the theme of Black Boy Joy is important to our culture? Why or why not?
Yeah, I think it's important. Just because, you know, mental health is a big thing right now, you know, and if it was between you harming yourself and showing a lot of emotion, I'd rather you show as much emotion as you need to. So, yeah, I think it's something that's needed right now. Black Boy Joy.
Okay, and then yeah, he's right with that. I feel like Black Boy Joy is also we be doing well. I feel like Black Boy Joy also is like something that we need, because it shows how we can just show positivity and like on the stereotypes that we have, especially like growing up. So the whole like, you know, don't cry, like toughen up, or especially with like social media with like the whole black men ain't nothing. Like we just
they ain't good fathers, they not this, they not that.
Yeah, see?
It's canceling that out.
We just trying to show positivity and love. I feel like Black Boy Joy is like helping with that tremendously.
Okay. Thanks you guys for doing my interview.
Yeah.